Alright guys, so we do move into the, despite the fact that I have the title incorrect, this is the semifinals. Top 4 action here. Friday Night Magic standard event from Lost Legion Games and Comics. My name is always Zachary Evans. I'm joined right now by Joseph Messer. We are watching Joseph D on the left playing Mono Red, swinging in with a Legion Loyalist up against the red, white, and black mid-range deck of Ian Strege.
And Joseph's just not wasting any time, just going right at it with that Legion Loyalist. And
his deck doesn't do, his deck does this. It casts 1-drops and attacks.
Yeah. You get a 3/3 out each time.
Yeah, but this is the problem. No. See, you joke about that, but in reality, last week we saw the same situation in the quarterfinals where Joseph ran roughshod through the Swiss, then went up against a turn 1 Deathrite Shaman in the quarterfinal matchup, and he just couldn't beat it. Because you can't attack into it. Sim Collector coming down is very likely to whiff, because Joseph doesn't have a lot of targets. No, he does catch a Dyna Charge.
Yeah.
But everything else is gas. Wow. So Joseph ever draws another red mana, he's going to chain a ton of business together.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And there it is. Emissary.
Oh,
Emissary.
There it is, yep.
Lightning Mauler on one of the emissaries. His attacks still aren't very good, though, because Thalia has first strike. Oh, but now the Legion Loyalist trigger.
Yeah.
Legion Loyalist trigger gives everything first strike and trample, and I wonder if Ian's going to remember that.
He remembers it now.
Yeah. And to be fair, like not that like it's a real stickler, but like to be fair, is it first strike and trample, or trample and they can't be blocked by?
I thought it was trample and can't be blocked by like tokens.
Yeah, I think I'm inventing this thing about first strike. And there's a Boros Reckoner, which is going to make life incredibly difficult.
It's first strike and trample, and can't be blocked by tokens.
Yeesh.
Wow.
I think I would have killed the Legion Loyalist because you only get the same triggers here.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, Ian is playing main deck Cathedral Sanctifier.
Wow, very good actually against Joe. And
here's the thing: I've been playing with Magic against Ian at this shop for enough years to know, like, Ian does not like losing to red cards, and will proactively main deck his cards. As someone who used to play a lot of main deck red cards. When I was playing Goblins during Zendikar, it was very common to post-sideboard see 4 Celestial Purge and 4 Core Firewalkers. I'm just like, what is the other half of your library? Restoration Angel blinking the Cathedral Sanctifier. Why did he blink that and not the Cathedral Sanctifier? Oh, because he triggered the Firefish Striker so it couldn't block, but now it can block.
Yeah.
That was a play we looked at in the earlier round as well. So Legion Loyalist triggering again. So they're going to have first strike and trample. Overloading a Dyna Charge is going to be pretty brutal, so they all get +2, +0. Yeah, now they're doing the math because there's the first strike.
And actually, they're mentioning here in the chat, last attack Joseph, put his Rakdos Calculator in the graveyard, but it had first strike, so... Yeah.
That is a good point, although I would plead a little bit of ignorance, as I did have to look up the card to make sure it gave first strike.
Yeah.
It's way too far to back up at this point. Joseph isn't realizing now, at least for this combat phase, that these things don't die. I literally don't think it's going to matter, though. But to be perfectly honest, what can you do? At some point, the onus is on the players to keep track of their game state.
Yeah.
Oh, he helixed? War Leaders helix? Legion Loyalist. Last card in his hand is Lightning Mauler. Get in there for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He goes down to 1. I guarantee, yeah, I was going to say, I guarantee Ian scoops him up. Like,
Yeah.
Ian is not the kind of guy who's going to go through the bitter end. No.
Yeah.
So Joseph continues to, like, in my opinion, defy logic by running people over with these one drops. I mean, it's a very good deck when it gets that critical mass, but it just seems like it's got some pretty bad matchups as well. The Firefish Striker turning out to be very, very important. And much to the joy of everyone in the chat, the outcome did not change.
Yeah.
I can only imagine the number of YouTube comments I'm going to have to deal with throughout the week. Last week, someone left they talked about one match so in depth that they had to leave 2 comments because they ran out of 300 characters on each one.
Jeez.
And then the player in the store who was in that match responded with 2 comments.
No.
I was like, guys, you realize this is literally the least important thing in the history of man.
Yeah, it's a card game, guys.
Even more than that,
Yeah.
it's a card game that's almost a week old.
Yeah.
Even if you caught it at the time, it wouldn't have mattered. It certainly doesn't matter now that it's already passed. My favorite is, I always get an email every time someone leaves a comment. And then I go look at it, and I read the comment, and then I look up and see what video they're responding to. And sometimes it's from February. And I'm just like, what do you want me to do? In the third game, you should have taken an extra 1 damage from the Absence Pilgrim. You should have been at 14 life, not 15. All right, man. I'll make sure that when we invent time-traveling technology, the first thing we do is go back to February 11th at Lost Legion Games and make sure that Alec Myers takes another 1 damage off an Absence Pilgrim. We were talking about the popularity of these Game of Thrones sleeves.
Yeah, I came in.
Are you also racking them?
Yeah, same one's Joseph Scott actually.
Targaryen.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
I don't think there's so much of a choice as it is I think Joseph was saying they don't have very many of them up there.
Yeah.
And somehow there's the Stark ones. There's just 1 pack of them.
Yeah.
So you can
I
sleeve
who came in here and bought 1 pack.
You can sleeve 50 cards only. The rest are just unsleeved.
Yeah, when I came in for draft last night, I saw it like that, and I was just like, oh, Stark. And I was like, no, there's 1 pack. And I was like, for starters, that doesn't make sense, but I guess I'll go with these. I looked at the Baratheons and the Greyjoy, I was like, no, absolutely not.
They would comment to the chat about how saying that commenter saying he prefers when people point out mistakes. I do. There are people who point out stuff in a what I would call tactful manner. And those are always good to know because there's, you can't catch everything. And obviously this is not a professional level production, so we are going to miss stuff. So I definitely always appreciate the feedback in that regard. I'm specifically talking about the trolls. And I doubt that anyone watching live is particularly that way. It got really cold in here.
Yeah, actually.
Did you look through this box? There's a box in here, too.
Oh, is there?
Yeah.
Oh, is that binder down there have anything in it?
Oh, yeah, this is standard stuff. I don't know what's left in it. I went to Origins, and there's a lot of stuff gone.
Yeah, I know. I sent Jordan to Origins with a list. I was like, bring this back. Would you? That'd be great.
A lot of people send in with a list.
Yeah. I got half my list, so I can't really complain about it. Just trying to find more modern stuff for Grand Prix Detroit.
This is a very interesting thing where, come in. Come in.
Is it cool if I leave one with you? Joe wanted me to leave.
Sure,
All
that's
right,
fine.
thank you, man.
Thanks, man.
Have a good one, guys. I'll see
Later
you.
on. Interesting play here as Ian plays a turn 1 Cathedral Sanctifier.
Actually, sorry, dude. I forgot a card out of that thing. Thank you. I'll bring it back.
Okay. But he had to do it off of Shockland, so he only nets 1 life.
Yeah.
But the blocker is relevant. Is the Cathedral Sanctifier a 1-3 or is it just a 1-1? It's a 1-1, I think. Turn 3 Boros Reckoner. Reckoner got to be one of the harder cards for Joseph's deck to deal with because absent a Fire Fist Striker, it's going to be very hard to attack into it. Although he obviously has some kind of shenanigans here.
Yeah, he doesn't seem too worried about it right now.
Oh, so he's going to trade a lot of cards here. Attacking in Searing Spear on the Reckoner. Trigger on the Rakdos Cackler. Searing Spear takes out the Reckoner. Trigger on the Rakdos Cackler in response. Blood Rush, Rubble Belt Maka. And even with the 1 damage from the Sanctifier after it chumps out, Cackler still survives, so Joseph trading a lot of cards for that interaction, but you do what you gotta do. A second Foundry Street Denizen followed by Krinko's command is going to make a 4-power Denizen, which is going to just get jumped out and die. And Ian has basically stabilized here. Joseph's hellbent with Ian at 19. There's another Denizen, so pound in for 6. And Ian has begun his regular, I'm pretty sure you win, I can't win, I always draw land portion of the game. And a Dino Charge is going to be good enough for 1, 2, 3, 4, 12, 5, 17. 17 damage is good enough, so the little 1-drops get there.
Yeah, once again.
This deck is, like, I'm still baffled, but I cannot argue with the results. As Joseph Deal moves on to the finals, it'll be interesting to see if they play the finals. If it's Jonathan Wright, it's guaranteed. If it's anyone else, your guess is as good as mine. So Joseph's going to look through my box, and I'm going to step outside and see what's going on the other side of the bracket. Alright. Everyone walked out there. They went to game 3 in the other match.
So was this somebody's cube at some point?
Yeah. The good news for all of our faithful viewers is that regardless of who wins this match, they're going to play out the finals.
Oh.
So you're going to get your money's worth today. Naya Blitz versus American Flash.
New game 3. I'll just give it to you. I don't think it matters now, but before cut to top 8 it matters because your opponent win percentage.
All right. So Jonathan got the first one. which is a game I did not see. In the second one, Brandon got there by attacking in with a lethal, almost lethal creature. Jonathan flashed in a Snapcaster Mage with a targeting the Azorius Charm, and in response to casting Azorius Charm, Brandon Boros charmed him for the win. So we move to Game 3. Jonathan will be on the play here, which is a non-inconsequential piece of information.
Especially since he's playing against Naya Blitz.
Yep. Sometimes the best thing you can do against Naya Blitz is win the roll.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
Thank you.
So now I can look at the screen and see that it's 1-1. Thanks to Ian for pointing that technology up.
He did give you a fair amount of needling. So Joseph, I've been told that either player that wins will be playing you in the finals.
Yep.
They both want to play.
All right.
My question to you is, who, as the mono-red player, who do you want to see?
Well, I think I would just want to play Hodge because it's really just a die roll against him, but against Jonathan he has so much removal.
I would think
Augers.
Jonathan's deck is really tough for you to beat.
Yeah.
Like you have to win the roll, and you have to be like pretty fortunate in your draws.
Yeah. I'm also kind of tired and I don't want to make decisions. So against Hodge, it'd be easier to just turn
Play a dude
sideways.
attack, play a dude attack, play a dude
Play
attack.
4 dudes attack.
Is this the foil one?
That's the goal.
Yeah.
This was opportune.
Dream Crusher.
Yeah, I know. I was like, that's my fourth.
Alright, so we're drawing up our opening 7 hands here. Again, Jonathan on the play in this Game 3 decider to see who plays Mono Red, piloted by Joseph Deal in the finals of tonight's FNM Standard Tournament. Looks like we both have keepers. And we're off to the races. Now we'll see if Hodge has the crucial turn 1 play, which he does not. Now we get to see if the chain explodes. Are we going to see a Burning Tree Emissary? There's one. There's another one.
Yeah.
There is a mare. So a quick 7-power dudes on turn 2. Of course, Jonathan is the Supreme Verdict deck, so it's not like he's drawing dead by any means. But he's going to need to come up with something here. Whether an Azorius Charm to take out the mare, or possibly a Augur of Bolus.
Also see another mirror in Brandon's hand, I think. So
Okay.
maybe,
So is Jonathan stuck on 2 lanes here? That might decide this game more than anything.
yeah. I think he's landing.
I guess he's just deciding if he wants to shock himself or not.
Yeah.
And he does in fact shock himself.
That was a shocking play.
Oh. This guy.
I'm only going to say it once. You're not Luis Gunberg. Stop that.
That will be the only one I say today.
In response to the trigger, Jonathan's going to flash out the Staticaster and take out the Mayor of Averbrook. Still facing down 4 power of attackers, but 4 power are much better than 7 power plus Stream of Wolves coming.
Yeah. He also has a bunch of white cards in his hand. Brandon does. No white land yet.
So he's going to play this mare here and attack in for 6. Dropping Jonathan down in 12. Not a good spot to be against the Boros Charm deck. I see a verdict here. I mean, it's unfortunate to have to verdict your own Staticaster away, but you just cast the Staticaster whenever you can to get tempo.
Yeah.
Of course, I don't know how many verdicts he's playing actually.
I think he goes up to 3 post side. I'm not sure though.
We're going to bounce the mare. Bouncing the mare on his turn seems interesting. I thought Brandon had a Sacred Founder in his hand, but I could be wrong. Nope, there it is.
Now he's going to play mare.
He has a Frontline Medic in his hand.
Oh, okay.
I can't see what else he's got.
I believe he has a Boros Elite.
He has another mare. A Medic.
Maybe I just saw it.
A Boros Elite.
Yep.
What I believe is another mare.
That's me.
There is the Frontline Medic. See if Jonathan has a response to that. He does not have Dissipate Mana open. But he does, in response, cast a second Is It Staticaster. And Brandon now reading and realizing it does it to every creature with the same name. And so Brandon goes from attacking for 4 to sitting back on a 3/3 Frontline Medic. And Jonathan just passes back with no play again.
Does Hodge play Searing Spears?
I don't know if he does or not. I know he plays Boros Charm,
Yeah.
but I have not seen a Searing Spear out of him yet. Or if I have seen one, I don't remember it, so I think he may only be on the Boros Charm plan. I want to see Boros Elite here. He is kind of choked on mana, as we see. He can only play 1 white creature a turn. We'll see the second mare come. No, it's a Firefist Striker.
Yeah.
I guess playing the mare the turn after is fine, because it's more of an anthem than it is a creature. So you can attack in here. Zoria's Charm is going to take care of that Frontline Medic. And I know this is very premature, but this game is, in my opinion, over, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because he's just going to clear his board, leaving him with a Stomping Ground and a Mare of Averbook in his hand, and the mare can't. The mare can't live.
Unless Jonathan just has land. But,
And there's the Geist.
yes.
So the clock in place. 3 turns. We draw the same Frontline Medic that we knew was on top of Brandon's deck. Plays the Stomping Ground tapped. See if we can come up with a Snapcaster unsummoned to get rid of the Frontline Medic, or a Pillar of Flame. Then get in for 6. This one looks all over but the shouting. Mare and a Champion of Perish in Brandon's hand, but both are just going to get murdered by those Staticasters.
Yeah.
There's literally nothing Brandon can draw at this point.
Draw Boros Charm, but that's a Geist.
It's a turn too slow even for that
Yeah.
that nut draw. So it looks like, barring some kind of crazy circumstance that Jonathan Wright's going to move on to the finals here. As Is It Staticaster has done a lot of work on camera tonight, both in this match and in the previous match out of Max Turner's Grixis control list.
That was kind of heartbreaking a little bit.
It's a very tough card for your deck to beat, and that's got to be somewhat depressing for you watching this game come out. As we know, this is the same circumstance. You just have to beat them before they can come out, basically.
Yeah.
Or flood the board with enough threats of different name that.
Yeah. Pretty much, I have to win the die roll, win game 1, and then luck game 3.
Well, here comes a Flint Hoof boar with, but not able to attack. If Jonathan can remove that boar, the Geist is lethal here. So a Snapcaster, one unsummon, or a Searing Spear, or a War Leader's Helix.
Pillar with Staticaster.
Pillar plus Staticaster. Gut Shot plus Staticaster is good at this point.
That's pretty good.
Or just Angel your Geist, which is what he's going to do. Oh no, he's going to Historian's Charm it.
Yeah.
And then he's just dead to the Angel attack by itself. And there you have it. So Jonathan Wright piles together a pretty solid win off the back of Is It Staticaster's out of the sideboard. So the finals is going to be Joseph Deal playing Mono Red. What does Jerry Thompson call this deck? Mono Red?
Mono Red. Mono Red Blitz.
Mono Red Blitz?
It has Blitz on it.
Alright, I'll put Blitz on it then.
Slightly faster than Mono Red without Blitz.
All
You have
right.
to add the Blitz onto it, or it doesn't Blitz.
It doesn't blitz as fast.
Yeah.
Understand. Understood.
Understood?
I'm good at talking.
Yeah, I'm not.